Yeah.
Like,
Also, I do want to say, like, if people like don't, this isn't just like a friendship club. Like, there's like, it's not like Russia being like, don't join NATO. Like, that's too much. Like, it sounds like if you
yeah,
just say join NATO, it sounds like some like it's minimal or not a big deal. It would literally, I mean, Russia sees Ukraine joining NATO as an act of war against
yeah,
Russia,
yeah,
basically. That they're
yeah,
putting, you know what I mean? And I mean, they felt the same way about Poland, but they couldn't do anything. And he's been
yeah,
saying this. I mean, you go back and you watch that famous Munich speech that he gave in 2007 that I know everyone like talks about, but Russia wasn't strong enough, the economy wasn't strong enough, the military wasn't strong enough, but he's been made all of this stuff clear for fucking decades, you know?
yeah, yeah, and I mean, like I'm saying, there are NATO forces there. I think Putin even mentioned, like, I know what you're doing at the air bases, and like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think it's like crazy conspiracy. Like, of course, there. I mean, Canada trains
Yeah.
all of these different NATO countries
There's
train
crazy like
Ukrainian troops.
biomedical bases there too.
Yeah, like this is a real thing. Whether
Yeah.
you think that's like worth it for Russia or not, that's your opinion. But like it's to invade to stop that. But the fact is that's a reality. I tend not to take really seriously Putin's talk about like restructuring the Ukrainian government, or I take it seriously because I think that he would. But like I'm not sure what I guess I don't really know what kind of government would be acceptable to Russia. Like one controlled by oligarchs. Like, all right, well, you kind of already have that. But
Yeah, this time just Russian oligarchs.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I get. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Or I mean, it makes sense in the fact that like it's a bullshit sort of reason. It's basically saying like we need a government that's amenable to us, or amenable to us and amenable to neutrality, which I guess means the
Yeah.
same thing. I just, yeah. I mean, one thing is like, and we touched on this briefly earlier. There is the possibility of Russia trying to basically separate East and West Ukraine. I don't think there's a giant
Like a
possibility of that.
partition.
Partition. I thought
Yeah.
there was. I think that if you asked me before Putin recognized the republics, I would say that's a higher possibility. I'm not saying that him recognizing the republics is why I stopped thinking it's a possibility, but that sort of delineation at that point of time. I have no idea now, but that is still on the table, I guess. What the fuck that would look like, I have no idea, because here's the other thing too. They basically separate Ukraine into two. East Ukraine is not getting like a UN seat. It's going to be like fucking, Transnistria or something. Like it's not going to
Yeah.
have any sort of international recognition. And the other thing too is if he takes out Zelensky and puts someone else in, then Ukraine is just going to lose all international recognition. There's going to be like a government exile led by like a deputy minister of culture or something like that. Like there's no possibility here. There is no ending here that is good for Ukrainians.